As a realtor, your personal brand is the foundation of your entire business. All too often, agents don't have a strong personal brand and wonder why they end up blending in with the sea of competition, always having to chase and fight for the next deal, justify why they're better to work with than other agents. But if you have a strong personal brand, you attract your ideal clients, you convert leads way higher, you win more listing and buyers presentations, and your profit margins skyrocket. So what I'm going to do today is walk you through the step-by-step process of how to build a top-of-mind recognized personal brand. This is going to be the exact process that I personally use and that we've actually helped hundreds of agents now implement into their business to build local celebrity status within the next 12 months and start to attract their ideal clients. Now, before getting started, if you would like my exact team to overhaul and launch your personal brand, you can click the link in the description and talk with our brand representative, who ironically was one of our clients who then saw such massive success, became a local celebrity within the next 12 months, closing so many deals from his brand and content that he ended up becoming one of our partners, and you can talk with him about that journey as well. So I'm going to walk you through multiple examples so that you could use this as a reference point if you're looking to build your personal brand, and I'm going to talk to you about the step-by-step process that you need to go through from start to finish, even if you don't have a personal brand at all. So as we can see here on the screen, this is my personal brand, but you might recognize somebody like Suman Kim, who we helped do over $5 million in gross commission in his first 2.5 years as a new agent in a new city, entirely free from YouTube. And that all started when we built his personal brand so that he looked a cut above the competition. But what I really want to do is talk about the power of a personal brand. Before diving into each of the examples, I want to talk about the power of a personal brand. So on the left-hand side here in the top left, you'll notice Ryan Sherrard. On the bottom left, you'll notice Tom Ferry. Well, when you see Ryan Sherrard, you think $1 million listing, you think luxury real estate, you think New York and Manhattan. Power of a personal brand. He has become synonymous with his market center. When you see Tom Ferry, you think one of the top real estate coaches. Personal brand. So what happens is they get paid more, they close more deals, they attract more clients, they spend less money to make more deals. But if you look at the right-hand side in the center, you don't have to be a $1 million listing agent. You don't have to have a TV show or hundreds of employees and a multi-year background in this space. You could be brand new and still have a powerful personal brand. You can see here Suman Kim. He has been on every magazine seemingly possible in Austin for this record-breaking production, and that all stemmed from having his personal brand dialed in the new construction space. On the top right, you can actually see my past broker when I was at my previous brokerage, where he has built a brand around his brokerage to the point where he's won numerous awards and has built a team that's done over $1 billion in transactions from clients coming to them. And then on the bottom right, you can see myself, where again, I've built a brand that has become synonymous with social media in real estate, all using the principles that I'm about to walk through. But first, let's talk about the return on investment of having a brand. So the first is going to becoming and remaining top of mind. It's very easy to become top of mind. You can run an ad, you can make a couple posts, but to remain top of mind is the name of the game. And so when we look at building a personal brand, becoming top of mind is what most agents do. They run a couple ads, they make a couple posts, they get a couple of views or a few YouTube videos, but that's almost like driving by a bus bench or a billboard once. In 6, 8, 12 months from now, when that person's looking to buy or sell, they're never going to remember you. But if you're constantly staying in front of them and you have a very clear, definitive value proposition, then you remain top of mind and they will always think about you. It also establishes authority, credibility, and trust, the like, know, and trust factor of social media. But what I like is the last 4 bullet points here. It consistently attracts higher quality leads that convert quicker with less effort. So when I was in the beginning and I was cold calling and door knocking and nobody knew me, I did convert, but it took a lot more effort to follow up. It took a lot more time to justify myself, and I ended up finding myself in more multiple agent conversations when somebody's looking to buy or sell, going up against other agents. But as I started to build my personal brand, that changed. I didn't go up against multiple agents. I started winning more listing presentations if I did go up against multiple agents because people knew what I stood for and what I did above and beyond any other agent. That goes down to that clear value proposition because you're going to be able to easily separate yourself and create a blue ocean where you're not competing against others versus the red ocean where everybody just looks the same. You also get increased repeat and referral clients because of deeper client loyalty. When you have a strong personal brand and people know who you are, what you stand for, what your why is in your story, and what makes you unique, you end up closing more deals. But also, it improves conversion rate, higher profit margins, lower costs for advertising and marketing. Because when people recognize you, you don't have to spend as much money to generate leads and convert because more clients come to you or they convert higher when they do become a lead. So I want to walk you through our 10-step process. And again, you can use this and try and emulate it yourself. Or if you would like our professional team of incredible North American employees to take care of this for you, then you can go ahead and book that call in the description. So we've done this for agent attraction launches. As you can see here, I know there's a lot of agents that are looking to build personal brands to build revenue share organizations. Maybe you're at eXp Realty, Real, LPT Realty, Epic Realty, Keller Williams, any of these brokerages that allow you to partner with other agents. We've helped build very successful personal brands for people looking to focus on agent attraction. But we've also launched personal brands for coaches. As you can see here, Darren launched an incredible lead generation course and we built his brand. You can see here, AI coaches. Again, Adam Gillespie, one of the most incredible and most knowledgeable AI specialists in real estate. It's unbelievable what this has done for his business, completely changed his life over the first few months of launching his personal brand. And you can see here with Louis Gold, his productivity coach launch. So you can see Suman Kim, when it comes to a traditional realtor, which we've done hundreds of, but I wanted to give you a couple different examples when it comes to other types of branding that we've done for agents that want to be in the coaching space, the attraction space, the leadership space, whatever the situation may be. And also maybe you're looking to package your value that you have that you've seen success with and launch a course. Or maybe you want to launch an online community. We've done it all because the principles that I'm going to walk you through are the same every single time, but it has to be dialed. And that's what I want to walk you through here. Having that physical presence, you can see the shirt that I'm wearing over here is actually one of these very shirts. And this comes from one of the fastest growing mastermind communities that we launched this year, which is Atlas Alliance. So let me walk you through the 10-phase journey here. So the first phase is going to be getting a mood board. So when you're looking to build your personal brand, you need to get some ideas. You need to get a bit of a vibe and a feel for how you want your brand to be perceived by others. Do you want it to be more bold and punchy? Do you want to be more soft and neutral? Do you want to be luxury? Do you want to cater yourself to first-time home buyers? Do you want to cater yourself to the plus 55 community? What do you want the feel to be? Because once you get your mood board dialed in and there's a bit of a direction when it goes down to how you want your brand to be perceived by others, because at the end of the day, your personal brand is not what you say it is, it's what other people say it is. Then it comes down to designing logos, yes, by hand. So if you decide to work with us, my graphic designer who has over 10 years of experience, a master's degree in graphic design, he actually starts the logos by hand and then goes and digitizes it once it gets dialed in. He's created all of my logos for all of my companies and my various offers, as well as, again, hundreds of other agents that we've had the pleasure of working with. And then that leads to perfecting your brand, which goes down to the brand style sheet. So if you decide to build your own personal brand or work with us, this is a fundamental foundation of your personal brand. Why? Because consistency is one of the most important parts of building a personal brand that you need. If people find you on one platform, you need to make sure that that is consistent across every single other place they could search for you. So if you go into a listing presentation or a buyer's presentation, it's guaranteed almost every time they're going to research you on Google. They might look at you on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Whatever the situation is, you want to make sure that the quality is consistent across the board, because that's going to instill trust that there's no discrepancies between one platform and another and the quality and effort you're putting into different aspects of your business. The consistency is key. So you can see here, what this does is it starts with a bit of colors. So we've got your colors, but then it's got the logos that were designed by hand that digitized. Then it's got, as you can see here, all of these branding elements that can start to become intertwined when it comes to your buyer's guides, seller's guides, relocation guides, any lead magnets, your thumbnails on your YouTube channel, different graphic designs you're doing for brochures, for postcards, for door hangers, for business cards. It all stems from the brand style sheet, which is essential because that becomes the cornerstone of every piece of physical, digital, and social marketing material that you decide to do. So that every time somebody sees this look with the white, black, and gold on the right-hand side, like Sean and Scott Batista, you immediately know it's them. But the same thing goes over here with Zach. When you look at Zach with the greens and some of these different, more neutral colors, it pops, it stands out. And Zach Schmidt has had an unbelievable growth in his business after building his personal brand with us. So it's really important to have this as a foundation. So anytime you need something designed, you fire off this brand style sheet and everything you do will be hyper consistent. Then you need to start to focus on the social media elements. So the social media kits, I'll give you a couple of examples on the next slide, but making sure all of these little details are consistent yet again. So social media post designs for just listed, just sold, coming soon, open houses. Looking at end screens and profile picture designs, icons on your Instagram, as well as video background designs, so that no matter what type of content you're doing, whether it be graphic work, video work, that it all looks the same. So you could see here, we have Instagram highlights on the top over here. We can see the YouTube end screen, consistent. We can look at the YouTube banner, which also aligns with the Facebook banner and LinkedIn banner. And we can see how this shows up on their phone, but also that all of their posts end up being consistent with that as well. And so the way that we personally design these with my graphic designer, the lead graphic designer and art director that you would have an opportunity to work with as well, is that we actually build it all on a platform called Figma, which is way better than Canva. And when we look at Figma, it allows you to just drag and drop. So if you need to, looking down here, have a new just listed, open house, or for sale, or just sold, then you can just drag and drop the image. It makes it easy. You don't have to pay some social media manager to do all this stuff for you. You could take seconds to get it done yourself if it's built out properly. You can see different call to actions, but everything is the same, even Instagram TV backgrounds. So no matter what you're doing, everything is consistent. But then it comes down to the physical marketing, because it's not just about having a strong presence socially and digitally. You want that to be mirrored by your physical marketing. Again, that's going to create more trust, and that's going to instill loyalty from your clients. So what that comes down to, your for sale signs, your open house signs, your business cards, different PDF guides for lead magnets, and we can see here what some of that looks like. So we can see that when we look at Nordica Winter, this is consistent with all of the branding that we did up here. If we come back down to this, we could see business cards, which for Sean is consistent with a lead magnet. We can see the Atlas Alliance hats that we created, which are consistent with the shirts and all of our funnels. And so this is where you start to really separate the gap from the average agent, where they have very mediocre stuff that just blends in with everybody else. This packs a punch and this stands out. So when you see these signs, it grabs your attention, but it speaks to who you are and what you stand for. Then it goes down to the video templates. I'm going to get into the more exciting stuff in a second here, like funnels to convert leads. But these little elements that pop up, and you'll see them on my own YouTube videos, even this video, have to be consistent. But then we start looking at systems, because systems are what scales. And so when we look at simplifying systems, it's really important that you have a place to be able to drive viewers and subscribers and those who are consuming and engaging your content to convert them into leads, then booked appointments, then clients. But that all comes down from having proper systems in place. I see a lot of agents that have pretty nice looking personal brands, but they don't get any leads. They don't get any appointments. They don't have a strategy and a system and a process around turning their brand into clients. And that's what we really specialize in, which is why we have people like Luke Smith, who you'd have the pleasure of speaking to if you book a link in the calendar, who worked with us and then became one of our partners because we took his business from struggling to getting so many leads. He had to build a team 12 months later because he was getting so many leads from his YouTube videos that all started with the foundation of his personal brand. And so this comes down to appointment booking portals so that people come from your videos and book directly in your calendar in a very strategic way, making sure that you've got sales funnels. So when people see you, there's edification built in, there's validity there, there's trust instilled, and that there's a clear value proposition that's communicated to anybody that consumes your content so they know instantly what you do above and beyond every other agent in your market. Then having email campaigns that actually convert the leads into the booked appointments, and making sure that we track everything through different strategic QR codes, because what gets measured gets managed. And we need to make sure that you're not just getting leads, but no appointments. That's a broken system. We need to make sure that you're getting leads that turn into appointments. And you can see here a couple different examples of different sales funnels that we built for agents based on their personal brands and their unique market centers, where people are now going from their content, their free videos on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and actually booking consistently into their calendar for buyers consultations and sellers consultations. Then we want to make sure that you've got an optimized social media presence. And what that comes down to is making sure that your bio speaks to people. This is where, if you look at mine, I help realtors scale using social media. That's a very strong statement where you can come to my Instagram and know exactly who I am, exactly the problem that I solve for people, my unique value proposition, and what my content's going to be about, which is why it's very easy to understand my personal brand. But you need that as well as a real estate agent. What is your niche? What is your value proposition? How are you communicating that in a very simple, punchy statement that people at a quick glance could be able to not just see, but remember? Making sure that you've got very strategic links throughout your descriptions and the different links that you get to use across various social media platforms in your bios, so that you actually have a strategic way to convert the viewers into clients and close deals. But this is essential, and one of the reasons why I hear so many people that are posting consistently on social media, but they're not getting any results from it. Well, you need a system. And so I'd just like to walk you through that 10-phase process where it starts with having that brand strategy. And that's the call that you would have with Luke if you decide to book in the description, in order to get an idea of where you want to go, who you want to become, how you want to be recognized, which creates the brand vision. Then that brand vision gets distilled down into a very strategic brand blueprint, which is going to be the brand style sheet and the essence and the life of your personal brand, the foundation of it, which then transcends into social and digital marketing, which then goes into physical marketing, and then systems and optimization to make sure that you've got processes in order to make sure that you're converting and leveraging your personal brand to attract clients and thus book more appointments. Your personal brand is the foundation of your business. And if you don't have a strong personal brand that doesn't stand out and doesn't stand for anything definitive that people can easily remember, you're going to get lost in the sea of competition. And I don't want that to be the case for you. The market's not getting any easier. Things are getting a little bit crazy with settlements, with interest rates, with political elections, with all kinds of crazy stuff. And now more than ever, you need to stand out from every other agent in your market and be able to justify that full commission when buyers' commissions change, and also justify winning listing presentations when you're going up against more seasoned agents. So again, our team is only able, based on the capacity of the incredible team that we have. It's a full A team that we built out over the course of the last 4 years, again, helping hundreds of agents scale and overhaul their personal brands. We actually only have the capacity to work with 10 people at a time. That's not some scarcity BS to try and get people to book a call. This usually ends up booking up within the first 24 to 48 hours, anytime that we open it for enrollment. But again, just based on the quality of work that we do and the quality of people that we have, we actually can only take 10 people at a time. And if you end up trying to book a call and it goes to a wait list, you will realize the scarcity is actually real. So if you'd like to book a call with my personal team, a complete A team of multiple people that have experience in skyrocketing agents' brands and be able to build something that stands out amongst the crowd, then make sure you book before the 10 slots get filled, because again, as mentioned, it ends up getting filled almost every time within the first 1 to 2 days. And then it ends up becoming a 10 to 12 week process to build these personal brands. And I really don't want you to have to wait till the next quarter to get yours overhauled, because time is money. And the longer you wait, the more opportunity you miss out on people and clients and leads going to your competition who do stand out, when really they should just be going to you. So again, if you'd like to be one of the 10 to book your consultation call with Luke and talk about what we could do specifically for you, your market, your niche, and what your brand could transform into, then book your call. Otherwise, if you have any other questions about personal branding, drop a comment below. I respond to 100% of comments on my YouTube channel, and I would love to help you become the next local celebrity in your market.